Okay, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us this truth. And blessings to the elect and the remnant of Israelites who are scattered worldwide, who are predestined to be saved. Brother Yakal coming with the second part of the breakdown of Revelation chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 7. And this whole chapter is about three things: death, deliverance, death, destruction, and deliverance. Death, destruction, and deliverance. So when you're seeing what's going on there in our homeland, in the Gaza Strip, all right, the whole world is going to be like that in these end times. There's not going to be a place on this planet Earth that's not going to be touched with the destruction that the Lord is going to unleash, because it's going to be the Lord's anger. All right, and the Lord uses men to deliver that anger, but in the last days, in these end times, he's going to actually use his men, all right, his servants, Yahushua and the angels, to do a lot of that destruction. All right, so it's very important that, we pray that the Lord keeps us in his truth, because it's not really down to us. It's really down to him, And believe me, I've been in this truth for a while, so I've seen them come and go, man. 1 minute they're a brother, the next minute they're a nigger, and the worst kind of nigger. The worst kind of nigger is a nigger that thinks that he's in his truth. He's not doing this work in truth and sincerity. Okay, so we'll continue. Revelations chapter 14 verse 7. All right, we'll start verse 6 actually. All right, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having an everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell upon the earth. And that's what we're doing with these lessons, with these breakdowns, and it's a beautiful thing, man. When I was young, I wanted to have a business and, have my own business. In school, I used to buy and sell things. People gave me an award when I left school called the Bill Boy Award, which is Del Boy Award. There's a program called Only Fools and Horses, and it was basically a hustler, a white hustler. And they gave me an award called the Del Boy or Bill Boy Award, because I was that kind of person in school. That's what I was known for. See, that was my ambition, but the Lord had different plans for me, and I'm happy that the Lord brought me into his truth. Fuck a business, man. We're talking about everlasting life here, man. We're talking about having crowns upon our head, by Yahushua. That's much more important. Okay. All right, so we're teaching this everlasting gospel to them that dwell upon the earth, to every nation, kindred, and tongue and people, because Israelites have been scattered in every nation. All right, therefore they've got different tongues, different languages. All right, and therefore they're not all gonna look the same. And I keep saying that. We have to emphasize that big time. Not every Israelite is going to look like me, even if they're from the Southern Kingdom, or the Northern Kingdom. They might not look like an average Hispanic. You go to Colombia or Ecuador, there's our people there that look very, very dark. They look totally different to most of the Hispanics that you see in America, And even in the LA camp years ago, there was a young brother there, and he looked like he was a Elamite, but he wasn't. He was from the Northern Kingdom. All right. So let's go to Jeremiah. So I just want to make this point. So we're gonna go through the chapter, but we're gonna get precepts so you can get full understanding of what the scriptures are saying through thy precepts. So I get understanding. All right. So if we've been scattered in all nations, so Israelites are over there in Palestine, in the Gaza Strip. They're treated very badly. Afro-Palestinians, and then you have Palestinians that have sickle cell anemia that look like Arabs, But how can they have sickle cell anemia? Because they're Israelites, man, and we're the only people that get that as a genetic condition. So your lineage has to go back to the southern kingdom of the nation of Israel. Okay, Jeremiah 12:9. All right, my heritage, all right, is unto me as a speckled bird. Speckled bird is different colors. All right, all right. So my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird. Let's look up the word heritage. So the Lord said, my heritage. What does the word heritage mean? All right. Heritage. All right. What's this called? Let's see now. All right. Heritage. All right. Features belonging to the culture of a particular society, all right, such as traditions, languages, or buildings which were created in the past and still have historical importance. So the Lord's heritage, the Lord's people, is definitely of importance. But the Lord is saying, my heritage, my heritage, Israelites, all right, wherever they're scattered, all right, okay. And remember, these people go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, is upon me as a speckled bird, different colors. See, look, a person's racial, ethnic, religious, or cultural background, all right. So the Lord's heritage is a big deal, and that's why he's going to save a small remnant of his heritage, all right. So it's going to be a small number, man. This is not a big this is a big movement, but this is not the salvation. The pot of salvation is going to be very small. So my heritage, all right, my people that go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, and now because we've been scattered around the world, and we're, if the Israelite is in the Arab world, they're probably going to be Muslim, okay. So my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird, different colors. But look what it says. The birds round about her are against her. All right. And that's true. Wherever our people are. And I'm going to show you examples of that, man. All right. So my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird. All right. All right. So Revelations 14:7. All right. So we've read that. All right. So when it says every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, all right, Israelites have been scattered around the world. All right, so they're not all going to look like me. All right, for Revelations 14:7, saying with a loud voice, fear God, and if you fear the Lord, you obey him. You know, and when you don't obey him, go on your knees and grovel for mercy, man. This is not a God you want to be played with. All right. We're his servants, and the Lord is jacking us up, man. You know, but we're taking it, man. We have to take it cheerfully, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. All right, so there's going to be a day and an hour where the Lord is going to release all hell, man. Okay. All right, on his enemies, man. And in America, 2/3, his own people, 66%, he's going to wipe out. Okay. Verse 14. All right. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. This is talking about America, Babylon the Great. It's fallen, that great city. And America was so-called great. And it's fallen. That's why they keep saying, or Donald Trump, make America great again. So that shows you that it's on the slide. Because if you wouldn't say, oh, let's make America great again, if it was at the top. If it was at the top, why would you say again? And when was it great? When it was lynching niggers, raping squaws, scalping Gadites, you know, the Seminole Indians, the tribe of Reuben, destroying them. Okay. Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And what is that wine? Her philosophies, her doctrines, man. All right, her doctrines, her philosophies. So when you go to that scripture and in the blue letter and you look up fornication, it will say porneia. All right, and it will try to say sexually.
4202. Porneia.
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 All right, and it means illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbian intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relations, sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman. And then it will say metaphor, the worship of idols. All right, of defilement of idolatry as incurred by eating and sacrifice offered to idols. So when it's talking about her fornication, it's talking about her philosophies, her doctrines. All right, because this is Mystery Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon the Great. And when John the Revelator saw the vision of the whore, which is America, and it was a vision of a woman. This woman was pretty and beautiful, and that symbolizes America. They make out like it's lovely and beautiful, but her philosophies and her doctrines are anti-God. They're totally the opposite. What kind of philosophies and doctrines, all right, have they been spreading? One of the things is the feminist movement, and you see, look, feminists who changed America, 1963 to 1975, and that was done for many reasons. All right, and I will do a video on it. Lord willing, time permitting, I'll definitely do a video on it, because it destroyed our people. Because one of the things they did, they got this bitch called Gloria Steinem, all right, and she targeted the black community. Gloria Steinem, that's her name, and she was a CIA agent. See, the feminist was a spy, and this is an article here, CPD blog, all right, and there was many reasons why they did this, because they wanted to empower women. So the women can say, listen, I don't need a man. All right. I am an individual. It's my body. Because back then you had the nuclear family. The man was out working. The woman was at home. All right. And families were intact, especially our families. All right. So in order for them to brainwash our women in particular to think they're free and independent, they had to get a movement going. And they did it through white women. And as you know, our people are so slave-minded that anything white people do, they follow, especially our women. It's the serpent beguiling Eve all over again. And what came out of this? Before, they used to only tax the man in the house. All right? Because mainly it was the men that was working. So now, if you can make a woman as an individual identity, a minority in herself, now you can tax the man and the woman in the house. So after they gave a push for all these rights, and they put it into legislation, now the American government could tax the man and the woman. Very smart. I saw that on a documentary, and when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, they are very smart, man. The Bible says this guy is wiser than Daniel, but also it destroyed the nuclear family. It affected whites in particular, but it affected us even more. And at that time, we had the civil rights movement, and we were very united in the civil rights movement. We had the Black Panther Party and stuff like that. So to draw them away from the black nationalism, all right, they used that feminist movement to draw the black woman away. And that's why you see the black women in the crowd. Look, see, women of the world unite. See, because the black woman has such low self-esteem, you see, and it's still continuing to this day. Okay, so this is another example of his philosophies, his doctrines, voting. And we all know that it's the bankers, mainly the Rothschilds and their agents, that choose the prime ministers and presidents. We know that the whole voting thing is just a joke. and it's just like a thing to make you think you've got power. And you blacks have been voting for a long time, and nothing is doing well for you. And what did that do? Now the black woman is, and the other tribes of women as well, Hispanic, Native American women, but in particular they targeted our women. And now look what's happening. The abortion rates are through the roof. That's what they wanted. See, regret my abortion. You see, and many of our people are fighting this bullshit. All right, because the most dangerous place is in a black woman's womb, and Planned Parenthood was founded by Margaret Sanger. All right, and Margaret Sanger, who's a white woman, Margaret Sanger, she's related to Bill Gates. All right, and she said to exterminate. She said that she wants to exterminate our people. Okay, she said that. She openly said that. Okay, she openly said that. All right, and this is what she said. And we don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood. See, so that is another one of her philosophies and her doctrines. All right, and this is the reason why our women are doing abortions, because Planned Parenthood welcomes you black women to do that, because they want to get rid of us anyway. So that's what feminism has done, and it still continues on to this day. It's very sad, man. All right, so our children are suffering because of the wine of the wrath of their fornication, which is their philosophies, their doctrines that they push, and they use agents like this bitch Gloria Steinem to do it. And look at the results, you see. So that's why the Lord is going to really pour out his wrath on that place. And the ones of you that believe in these philosophies and doctrines, you're going to die, and you're going to die a horrible agonizing death, man. All right, believe that, man. Believe that. Let's read a little bit of this. The feminist was a spy. All right, Gloria Steinem's new book, My Life on the Road, recounts her life journeys and travels. All right, let's go down here. All right. She says, more or less, okay. She said here, yeah. What is often missed or mischaracterized, however, is the work she did as a CIA agent. Steinem was a spook. All right, CIA agents are lightly tipped, but Steinem spoke openly about her relationship to the agency in the 1950s and 60s after her magazine revealed her employment by the CIA front organization, the Independent Research Service. So she was a CIA agent, and she did her job. She helped to destroy our nation, man, and she used you black women to do it as well. There you go. It's a sickening image, man. You stupid bitches, man. All right, and then you wonder why you're sad and lonely alone. And 72% of you. Let's look at the UK. 72% of our women in the UK are not married. You know why? Because you have this stupid, I'm an independent woman mindset, which was another philosophy of the devil, man. And I saw this video the other day, and when these women say they're free and independent, all right. And I'm gonna do a separate video on this, but this is a damn good video where it had all these women, not just and you know what I realized that when it comes to women saying they're free and independent, is the only women that say that is white women and black women, but black women say it more. All right, so that shows you that CIA stuff really has worked. All right, and the other minorities that go to America, they get sometimes brainwashed, but the Chinese woman is not saying I'm a strong independent woman. The Asian woman, the Arab woman's not doing it. It's only our stupid women. Now look at this. They did an experiment and they divided women and men, and they let them go out on that program Survivor, all right, with Bear Grylls. And okay, you don't need a man, fair enough, all right, go out and survive for yourself. And the women crumbled, you know, the women totally crumbled, all right. But this is the legacy of what Gloria Steinem has done, all right.
So it does get a bit clunky in some areas, but I think it turned out pretty good. I hope you enjoy it. Big shout out to the original editors of the Men Together into this clip.
Just the bare presence of pure, unadulterated manliness infuriates some women today.
Yep.
When it ought to charm you. You know what? I said what I said. If you don't understand the logic or if you don't agree with the logic, go ahead and do whatever you want.
I'm just trying to make sure I heard you correctly. Does it matter the order?
Damn it.
You see, the first person to disagree was the black woman. You know, that's why I'm serious. We're not missing out on anything at the moment. You brothers that are in this truth, we're not missing out on anything because they're completely gone, man. You know, and we're not all our women are not like this. But I'm gonna give you a good example here, like this bitch coming up.
Shut up for a minute.
I love men. Like, I think men are the coolest, but I don't need them to survive.
Historically, women needed men because that's how the oppression structure was set up. We were hostages. We couldn't have credit cards, couldn't own property, couldn't vote, had no voice. Well, of course we partner up with a man because we needed one so that we didn't starve to death because men used force to keep us under their thumb. Now, fortunately, things have evolved, and guess what? We don't need men.
Yeah, right.
Can be fun.
Let's roll the clip.
One will be inhabited by 14 British men, while a separate island will be home to 14 British women. To get to the island, the women have no choice but to swim to the shore in the clothes they are wearing.
No dry clothes and no fryer, because we have to make the sticks. Don't think about it.
She's crying already.
Let's get the tick.
We'll each other tonight.
Meanwhile,
Yep.
Those muscles discourage us at all.
But actually, in the battle to stay alive, it's one in here and in here, not on these. Will it be brute power or mental strength?
I think we will not only survive, but I think we'll thrive.
I don't want to sound too early.
No, I don't think we should.
I don't think we should at all. But right now, we're winning.
a few moments later.
I'm used to being in forests, and I'm not going to be really happy if people start telling me I'm going the wrong way.
12 seconds later.
We have nothing to drink. We don't know where we are.
Oh, okay.
It's your independent women, man.
You can totally do this. 1, 2, 3.
The expedition party has spent all day in the searing heat, only to find they've walked in one big circle.
There you go, man.
To Coconut Beach.
There you go. There you go, man. There you go. So that's a little clip of you independent women failing miserably, man. And I'm gonna do a separate video on that. That's a part of the fornication that this devil has done. And you heard that black woman, innit? I mean, listen, I'm being honest. Who would want to actually lay down with a woman like that? Let's just say I met her and we had a one night stand, right? I would just feel absolute. I wouldn't even be able to, you know, she's so hard and so stony faced and, you know, oh God, you know what, I wouldn't even sleep with a woman like that, because the word woman means servant, and she's not willing to be a servant. So she's out of her role, and this is what this devil has done. So that's why the Lord is really going to pour out his wrath on this devil. They've done a fantastic job of destroying our women in particular, because our women are slaves mentally, the majority of them. The ones of you in this truth, you are different. You are transformed by the renewing of your mind. A woman like that you saw in that clip, they're going to perish. And what's going to happen in these last days? All right, what's going to happen? There's terrible judgments coming. A woman like that is going to have no protection whatsoever. And when Jacob's trouble happens, all hell breaks loose. One of the things that is mainly going to be there, and this is, we have to warn you about these things. All right, we have to warn you about these things. Okay, and one of the things that is going to be going on, like how it's been going on in Gaza, is rape. A lot of women are going to be raped. All right, okay. So Isaiah 13:16, their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. All you independent women, your children are going to die in front of you. All right, their houses will be spoiled, so people are going to come in and invade your house, and their wives ravished, rape. That's what's going to happen. Not just to our women, to women in general in these last days, in Jacob's trouble. All right, so keep being, you're thinking that you're proud, man. All right, and keep being beguiled by this devil. Okay, so Revelations 14:9. Okay, and what is America's philosophies and doctrines given the rest of the world? Let's look at Iraq. All right, Iraq, Libya, Yemen, Syria before America. That's Iraq before America, Libya before, Yemen before, Syria before. All right, now after American invasions and sponsoring different groups, Iraq is destroyed, Libya is destroyed, Yemen is destroyed, and Syria is destroyed. You know, his Arab Spring, bringing democracy to them. You see, so he has to pay, man. He has to pay for also what he's been doing to the other nations as well, and that country. All right, Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, all right, and this is the revised Roman Empire, man. All right, this is the beast, man. All right, any man worship the beast and his image, his system, okay, and receive his mark in his forehead or his hand. And what mark is that? It's the mark of the beast that we keep talking about, the MOTB. All right, so when all hell breaks loose, and then they say this is the new currency, if you take this microchip in any part of your body, man, people are trying to get, oh, well, what if I take it in, you know, well, what if they put it in my knee or this, that, and the other? They mainly know where to put it. It's in your right hand or in your forehead. You know, you have the whole thing with Neuralink and Elon Musk. So when people who are atheists see videos like this, you know, they're just confounded, because everything the Bible says is coming to pass. Okay, so if you take that, all right, whether it be in your forehead or in his hand, all right, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation means righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in presence of the Lamb. So when the Yahushua and the angels come back, and them chariots, the ones of us, his elect, we're going to be beamed up into the same chariot as Yahushua, Lord willing, we're of the elect. The rest of the elect, the men, women, and children, they're going to be beamed up, and we're going to actually see them nuclear missiles. All right, and the chariots beforehand. All right, totally destroying Babylon the Great, man. All right, this is what's going to happen, and they know it's going to happen. That's why they've been putting it in these movies, man, like Independence Day. All right, and we want to be safely in them chariots and protected from this judgment, man. But when the Lord comes back, he's not going to meet them as a man, man. All right, and they know how he's coming back. He's coming back with great power and with great glory, man. All right, so he came first as a lamb. He was meek, humble. He knew what he had to do, be that sacrifice. All right, when he comes back, I will take vengeance. Isaiah 47:3. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man. All right. So if you take that chip, all right, you will be zapped to death by the chariots, or you will burn in nuclear fire with their missiles. That's America's future. All right. And there's even years ago I did a video, right, where it showed an interview on, I think it was called Buzz. I think it was Buzz TV, and they said that the chariots, UFOs, go over the American missile silos, right? And when they go over them, and remember they can be visible or invisible. When they go over them, America's whole missile defense system shuts down. So when World War III hits, America won't be able to shoot any missiles, but all the other nations are going to shoot missiles on it. So it's a done deal. And that's why the elites are going to hide. All right, verse 14, Revelation 14:11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And when it says ever and ever, it's going to be a long period of time, man. America's going to be burning for a long time. It's going to be a monument. Great bonfire. And they had no rest day nor night who worshipped the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Because if you take it, it's more or less you're consenting to this devil system. You know, just like in slavery when they used to brand us, you know, they used to brand us, right? Well, if you take the mark, it's like the bankers are branding you, man. You know, they're making out like this is a great thing. It's not, you know. And the black church is not warning you about any of this stuff, man. All right, Revelations 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. And who are the saints? We are. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and have faith of Yahweh, and the faith of Yahushai. So to keep the commandments to the best of our ability is very important for salvation. But remember, all right, as we go to Judges, let's see, Judges 5:11. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. So especially now in the time period we're in, like, you know, we're gonna have the Passover in a few days. It's a solemn assembly. It's very serious, you know, because the way when we was in Egypt, the Lord symbolized that Passover, and you know, we put the blood on our doorposts so the judgment would pass over us. All right. In order for you to go through all this hell and have some divine protection, you cannot take that mark. All right. But also you have to try and learn and keep the commandments to the best of your ability, you know. So if you're you know, one of our women and stuff, the least you can do if you say you love the Lord is to cover your head, all right, and not have a stinking attitude like those women that are brainwashed by feminism. And you know what, when you see them black women that are, you know, that I gave you that example of that woman, men did this, men did that, now thank God things have changed. Who's changed it? The devil has changed it. So you're okay with the devil system. So someone like that, if they don't repent, they're going to have a horrible judgment, man. All right. See, Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers. And what does it mean by noise of archers? Nuclear missiles. All right. That's a metaphor. All right. An archer, you know, is someone that, you know, has weapons like, you know, archery, bow and arrows, you know, which Jake in the Middle Ages refined. Okay. But these are even worse. They're going to have, we're talking about a fire that can dissolve concrete buildings in a second. So they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, which is mainly America, because that's our place of captivity. Okay. Where we had to slave day and night, and we're still slaving day and night to pay the bills, man. We're just maintaining, man. All right. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. All right. So we have to rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. All right. So we're not gonna get everything totally perfect, but the Lord likes a trier. The Lord likes a fighter. You see. So that's why it's very important, because the Lord said, "What if you love me? Keep my commandments." All right. So the ones that are gonna have the death the destruction are, our women that are brainwashed and our men, the men that are wicked as hell, and you want to believe in a white Jesus and all that stuff. You're going to be casualties in this spiritual judgment that the Lord is going to give, our people, because the Lord is going to judge our people first, the ones in particular that know that they're Israelites, man. The ones of you that have been exposed to this truth and you ain't done anything about it, and you still want to be worldly and be after the devil's philosophies, the Lord's going to judge you first, man. And they're going to be horrible judgments, man. All right? But for the rest of us to have that hedge of spiritual protection, all right, we have to do what? Keep the commandments of God. And faith of Yahushua. Faith is important. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. And the faith is much more important. All right? It's much more important. It's the most important. All right? Because there's other groups, IUIC and all that, keep the commandments. But they have no faith. And they don't exalt the name of the Heavenly Father and his Son. All right? Verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. So many of the elect will die and have integrity and not take that chip. All right. And those people are good. They're blessed, man. All right. We had a brother that died about a year and a half ago. He died of cancer in one of the great millstone groups. Hey, he's good because his spirit's with the Lord now. He fulfilled his lot. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Yeah, he had loads of works. He had a channel, bringing out works just like I am. You know what I mean? So his works are following him, and they're feeding other members of the elect. And that remnant that's going to be saved. All right. Revelations 14 and 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and white symbols purity, white cloud. And we saw how Yahushua is coming back. And upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man. Yeah, Yahushua, man, coming back in that great big chariot, like you saw in that clip. Having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. So that shows you when he's coming back, he's not coming back for sunshine and lollipops. And that's why one of the brothers in the truth did this beautiful picture of Yahushua and with a sickle. That's kind of like what you use to gather crops in farms, but that's also a instrument of death. Okay, and that's what he's coming back. He's coming back to deliver, but he's coming back to bring death and destruction as well. Okay, and verse 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat upon the cloud, which is Yahushua. Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time has come for thee to reap, and the harvest of the earth is ripe. So when he comes back, and it's going to be in the midst of World War III, there's going to be so much wickedness that there's going to be so much wickedness being perpetrated on the planet Earth. The Lord's going to say that's enough now. The wickedness has reached to a point, and now we're going to judge the world and stop it, man. And that's why he's going to send back Yahushua and the angels. So death, destruction coming, but also for us, deliverance, man. Okay? Alright, verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And when he comes back, the earth is going to be in a terrible state as well. Yeah, let's go to Luke 12 and 49. All right, 12 and 49. See? All right, and this is Yahushua speaking. Luke 12:49. I have come to send fire on the earth, literal fire, man. All right. And what will I if it be already kindled? See, so it's going to be in the midst of World War III when he comes back. All right, because that's the last prophecy in the Bible. Okay, it can't be the mark of the beast is the last prophecy. You know, because how can that be? No, you're gonna have the mark of the beast be instituted way before World War III happens, man. Okay, can't have World War III and then institute the mark of the beast. That's gonna be the last one. You know, some bugged out people are saying that, man. That don't make any sense whatsoever. So when he comes back, the world is gonna be on fire with tribulation anyway, man. Okay. All right, verse 17. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. All right, verse 18. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, speaking to Yahushua, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. All right, so this place is going to be ripe with wickedness, man, and that's why this great judgment is going to happen. All right, verse 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into a great winepress of the wrath of God. So we're talking about, if we take that mark, we're going to face the wrath of our own creator. So we can't do that, man. So we have to resist it as much as possible. All right. And if you look at what's going on over there in our homeland, Palestine, you look at them Palestinians, they're resisting the devil hard, man. You have to give them credit, man. They're starving and everything, but they're resisting the devil hard. You know, they have, but it looks like our people have given up. But you know why? Our people, you know why a lot of our people are giving up? You know why? Because, the punishments that the Lord has given us, all right? Because we're his chosen people, all right? Because we are the Lord's chosen people, all right? With great power comes great responsibility. But no one has suffered more than our people. And people that are in a comfortable position, like you saw that bitch earlier on talk like that, oh God, the judgment is going to be so bad, for our people, man. Our men included, especially you pussy, you guys that are just doing all kinds of wickedness, being church pastors, taking money from your own people, being in the Israelite truth and making merchandise of the truth. Oh, the Lord is going to get every single one of you in that time, man. All right. But the reason why a lot of our people are giving up is because of they see no hope, because they're blinded from this truth. Daniel 9:11. Yea, all Israel has transgressed thy law, even by departed, that they might not obey thy voice. So it's our fault, because we haven't obeyed the Lord's voice, man, which is his commandments, to live in accordance of the way he has commanded us to. And we would be in a great position. All right. Our women wouldn't be doing abortions. Our men wouldn't be, so weak and effeminate, And let's be honest, a lot of our men, they're not men anymore, man. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. So, because we have sinned against him, all right, he's given us punishments that has grounded us so low that now the Israelite man and woman thinks that when they get the Edomite man or woman, they've got something good. That's how low they are. That's how low they are, man. Hey, Job called them children of fools, base men, the lowest of the low, and he said he wouldn't put them near the dogs of his flock. But here it is, you're a Candace Owens, and you're holding on to him like he's a god. You know why? Because you've given up. That's why. All right, and I feel sorry for you, man. Verse 12. All right, and he have confirmed which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. And that great evil that God has put upon us has just destroyed our people to the point now where they look at the white man as a god. And that's why they covet white men, and black men covet white women. And I've seen it, man. I've seen it. I've seen both of them treat like the black man will go out with the white woman and treat her better than the black woman. And 100% I've seen the black woman go out with the white man and treat him like a god, but you've got a dog, for under the whole heaven have not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. So the judgments for our disobedience, no one has suffered the most other than us, and because we have, that suffering has made our people give up and seek alternative ways of being successful. But you can do that, but they will always look at you as just a nigger. And let me prove that. All right, Halle Berry, she's a big star, right? All right, Halle Berry, divorce. All right. Halle Berry said, basically, all right, when she had a divorce from one of her husbands, who was the white guy, this guy, that's it. When she got divorced from this guy, it went to court, right? Remember, she's had a child with this guy, a daughter, right? And that child is a tear, okay? And there's a scripture in the Bible about the wheat and the tears. She said in divorce that in arguments he called her a nigger. In arguments, man. Alright? That's what she said. She said in heated arguments, he called me a nigger. Okay? And I remember I had the article on it. Let me see here. Halle Berry divorce. Alright? Oh, the N-word in divorce court. I remember I had the article, I brought it out in another video. Oh yeah, that's it, here you go. Alright, so for all you dumb, stupid Israelite women, whether you are black, Hispanic, or Native American, man, alright, when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna show their horns, because they have a perpetual hatred for us, man. Alright, and the more it goes down, the more that their kingdom goes down, alright, their true feelings are going to come out about you. Alright, Halle Berry's ex supposedly used the N-word. Alright, supposedly used the N-word. Since Halle Berry announced that she was pulling out of a film production to focus on a custody battle with her ex, Gabriel Aubrey, over their daughter, Nala, alright, News about the couple's relationship continues to surface. According to TMZ, a source close to Halle Berry says Aubrey was verbally abusive to the actress, even calling her the N-word. I repeat, even calling her the N-word. And she allowed this man to go up in her and bring forth seed, a child. Here's what you had to say. Nicole commented via Facebook, I would be so disappointed and very hurt if my man called me out of my name. Cammy wrote via Facebook, I think she has had issues with men, period. So they've been trying to discredit her, but she said in court that, he actually called her an N-word, man. So he married her. So partnering with the devil is not going to do you anything. It's going to lead to your destruction, man. All right? And that's what this whole chapter is about. Death, deliverance, and destruction. So that wine press, imagine when you're making wine, you have grapes and you stamp on the grapes. When Yahushua comes back with the chariots, that's how this destruction is going to be. All right? Last verse, Revelations 9:14, verse 20. And the winepress was trodden without the city. So America's going to be wiped off the map. And the blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. And if you know what a horse's bridle is, did I look at a horse? When you look at a horse, right? And you know what, a horse, especially the average horse, they're tall, man. All right, that's why you need a step up to get up to them. All right, they're tall, but the bridle is where? Near the mouth. This is the bridle. So the Lord is saying that the blood and the destruction in the last days, especially in that dustbin Babylon the Great, is going to be up to the horse's bridle. So there's going to be a lot of death and destruction going on, man. All right, and it's just how it is. So in order for us to escape this, we have to pray, be humble, stay in this truth, you know. And the things that happen to us on a day-to-day basis, you know, that don't let it knock you. You know, stay on this course, because there's nothing else. That's a horrible, agonizing death, and this is for our enemies. All right, and Yahushua is coming back to do this, man, to fulfill his lot and rule this world in righteousness. So I hope you was edified. Sorry the video went on so long, but it needed to be done. All right, check out I'm gonna do another video very soon. All right, just a small one. All right, so I hope you was edified. Any questions or comments, you can put it on the comment board and I'll answer it. To the next one, shalom.